Whenever we talk about Raheem Sterling, it always seems to come up. Mr. Jordan says, Raheem Sterling, world class or not world class? And then you and Trevor engage.
Only because Trevor made the ridiculous statement that he's world class and then tried to defend it.
Yeah. Raheem, as we know, was talking at, I think it was the Financial Times Business of Sports Summit. That was last week, Simon. And he says, I'm not a person that's going to complain. I haven't tried to make it a bigger deal than it actually is. I get on with my work, do what I need to do. This is not being an automatic choice when he plays for City. And I'm just ready to go, playing football matches regularly, scoring goals regularly. But then he got to the crunch of it. He says, if I want my happiness at a certain level, I need to be playing football. I need to be scoring goals and enjoying myself. If there was an option to go somewhere else for more game time, then I, for one, would be open to that. As I said, football is the most important thing to me. And then before they played Burnley at the weekend, this was Pep on what Raheem had said.
What I want is Raheem, not Raheem, everyone happy to be here, to fight all together to achieve what the club want to do it. This is the only target, only principle I have on my mind. So we are in the free world and the players can speak, can talk whatever they want, what they want, whatever they want. So for me it's zero problems, not a problem. What I want as a manager is take out the best from Raheem every single time when he plays. This is what I want.
So he started against Burnley. He got his chance and he took his chance. But what Pep is saying, do it every single time you're selected.
The interview was really good. Pep actually went on to say that every decision he makes is about the team and winning football matches and is for the fans and for the bosses of the club, not about trying to keep individuals happy, which was exactly the right thing to say.
Yeah.
And for the majority of Pep's management time at Manchester City, Sterling's been first choice. In fact, at one point, he played more games than anybody else. Inevitably, there was going to come a time, he's been there a long time, where he was finding himself out the side, not playing, and it's how you deal with that as an individual. He's got every right to talk about wanting to play more football because it makes him happy. There's nothing wrong with that. And as Pep said, it's up to him what he does about it because he does live in a free world. What I would suggest is that it's nice to hear footballers talking about wanting to play and how it makes them feel and not anything else, because that was how I led my career. Every time I wasn't playing and I thought my time was up somewhere, I'd move, irrelevant of finance. And that's the truth. I can say that. And I actually think Raheem is probably talking from the heart. I'm not suggesting he's going to take, a 70% pay cut somewhere down the line. But there is this notion, and I keep hearing it when I say keep. I heard it when you were talking with Trevor, I think it was Wednesday, about this. Yeah. And I heard someone else on a show the other day as well saying, well, where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? Who can afford him? Who can afford him? Well, let's give him a bit of credit. If he wants to go and play and prove himself in Spain, a big club, or Italy, or wherever, he's more than capable of taking a little reduction or a similar wage than he's on to go and have that experience.
Oh, please, Danny.
If you think... No, hold on. I didn't say he's going to. He's capable. Right. So let's wait and see if he does. Let's wait and see if the sentiment of wanting to play more football comes to fruition. If he sticks at...
Have you been hanging around with Martin Keown too much?
Why?
Come on now, let's be realistic. We both know. Put aside what he's capable of doing and what he might do and translate it into what he will do. He won't be going anywhere else unless there's an opportunity to at least maintain what he's currently got, if not improve it.
Will he be trying to?
Financially?
Of course.
Yeah, but
he's a footballer. So that's what their opportunity exists
for. So the proof will be in the pudding. I'm saying it's refreshing to hear. Will he follow it through? But the other problem he's got is the fee that City would ask.
But also, that's very true. And the climate.
But how do you know that Raheem wouldn't think, as Danny's suggesting, do you know what?
Well, I'm making a generalisation based upon the knowledge of footballers which he shares as well, right? And he knows to be the case as well. And when we talk about the idea of how long he's been at Man City, he's been at Man City for the exact same amount of time as Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne's stock isn't declining. Kevin De Bruyne isn't becoming marginalised because it was inevitable that was going to happen. Raheem Sterling is out of favour on the whole because Raheem Sterling's performances haven't been good enough for what Pep Guardiola wants him to do.
Which happens.
And that's the point that we're at. So it doesn't just follow night that because you've been there for 5 or 6 years that subsequently you become a situation where it's inevitable you're going to fall out of favour. He's fallen out of favour because of the change of whatever's required from his game that Guardiola isn't getting from him. Now, for him to move, I think the interview was fine. I don't think it was anything particularly controversial. It was sought to be made into controversy last week by various media platforms talking about some of the things he said, but they were very lightweight things. And Pep Guardiola's quite right to turn around and say, he's pretty much saying, talk all you want.
Yeah.
Talk all you want. At the end of the day, it's what you do on the pitch that counts for more than anything. It's a free world. And Guardiola will be thinking, I'd prefer you don't talk, actually. I'd prefer you toe the party line. But yeah, you live in a free world. It's not a dictatorial society. We can't stop you from speaking. But by the way, less words and more action, please.
Yeah.
Really is what he's saying. So he gives him a chance. Did he set the world alight against Burnley? No. Does he set the world alight? And most times he's been picked for Pep Guardiola in the last 9 months?
Yeah.
No. So Raheem Sterling is in a situation of his own making. And Raheem Sterling is the captain of his own ship. Guardiola doesn't tend to have a mind that he can't change or doesn't tend to adapt and flex. He will pick people, my perception of him, based upon merit.
Yeah.
So the challenge for Raheem Sterling is to be worthy of being picked in Man City's side or work out where he's going to be able to go.
Which is exactly what Raheem said.
Indeed.
And there's nothing distorted or picked up or sensationalised by the media. If there was an option to go somewhere else for more game time, I would be open to it.
And I can assure you, Jim, with a sweeping statement, only because this particular article was written in the Financial Times. Right? If it had been written in some other newspaper, it would have had a completely different headline with a completely different set of dynamics behind it.
You'll be able to decipher that, having been a tabloid columnist yourself.
And because I was
there
unhappy,
would have been the odd core blimey in
I was unhappy with the way they took the words from 2 syllables down to 1 syllable to meet the audience.
Yeah.
Decided not to write anymore.
Like alleged or alligator. That kind
Alligating.
of thing. Core blimey, said Raheem. Exclam.
I
might be
out
of here soon. I'm out of here, gov. There we go. Well, we got there in the end. Anthony, I quite like that. Anthony in Southampton, boys, staring you in the face. Raheem to Newcastle. They can match his wages and more game time.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.